Alright, welcome to still episode 32 and still my intro week, and I'm still here. That's new.
Oh.
It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's a thing.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yeah.
Midweek wrap up. We still got Thomas Wolf.
And he's still wearing a shirt.
Yep.
We have changed outfits.
We've changed.
Yeah.
He's just gross. That's okay.
I spilled Dr. Pepper on mine, so...
I spilled CM Punk on mine, so I'm not changing it.
It blends right in.
Yeah.
I love AJ, so
You guys are married at the chest.
that's kind of weird.
You guys are chest married.
Yeah.
Well.
It's kind of awkward for the rest of us, though.
Yeah. But yeah, this is midweek wrap up, and despite our claims last week, we were talking about how main event wasn't going to be aired. It's just not aired on
The network.
the network. It was still on Hulu, so if you have Hulu, you can still watch this week's main event, which opened up.
And you can probably still watch it. Also, if you have the regular internet.
Yes. And I think main event's the only one that's like still on TV. I think it's still on Ion television.
Maybe.
Raw. It's still on TV.
Well, I know that one. I mean of like the little shows. Like NXT used to be on TV.
Velocity.
No.
No. What channel did NXT used to be on?
NXT.
It's on Sci-Fi, right?
Yeah, it was. It was usually. Yeah, it was like an hour on Tuesdays or whatever.
Yeah.
That was back when it was still like the competition show.
Whatever. Oh, fake NXT.
Beginners NXT. But we opened up main event. We're building towards our 6-man eliminator this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. We had Kofi Kingston from the New Day taking on Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd had Natty, Cesaro, Adam Rose, and the Rosebuds, and Kofi Kingston had Big E. I know, and they all came out to Tyson Kidd's theme song. So watching
the Rosebuds dancing their usual kind of dance
to a different theme song is really weird. This was a fun match. A lot of really
I
good.
don't think the Rosebuds hear music. They're just high all the time.
in their head.
They're just
all they hear is
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
They have a chip implanted in their head that just plays that same tune over and
I
over
learned
again.
in school, and definitely not from experience on streets, like some rumors might say, that LSD flips your senses. So they probably don't hear the music. They're hearing the colors of Adam Rose's clothes. So it's the same all the time for them.
But they're tasting the music.
Yeah.
Red, red, blue, green, blue, pink, and red, blue, blue, and red, green.
Yeah.
I'm getting fucking confused.
But anyway,
also, you can cut this part out.
Okay.
But what a way to get a group of teenagers to want to try LSD.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, it flips your senses so you can hear blue. And they're like, God damn,
I kind of want to try LSD.
What does blue sound like?
I want to hear blue.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to taste the music.
Anyway, yeah, so we had a good back and forth action match.
Damn it!
I think we've seen this combination of matches before. Kofi Kingston ends up getting the win. Tyson goes for the sharpshooter. Thomas Wolf has disappeared. It's a midweek wrap up. He's not usually here for this.
He's panicking. He doesn't know what to do. I'm saying because of the fact that the 6-man tag on the pre-shows and elimination match.
What?
God damn it, Thomas.
He tried so hard. But he had you.
You made them fall down, you fucker.
Wasn't me.
You fucking fuck.
Not as good as cunting cunt.
I know I reserve cunt and cunts for much more dramatic scenarios. Yeah, no, I'm saying the 6-man tag match at the pre-show is definitely gonna the elimination match. I mean, is going to be because it's elimination rules. It's definitely going to be in the favor of Cesaro Kid and Adam Rose. If all the Rosebuds also get to be on their team.
Yeah.
You think they'll have the Rosebuds attack again?
Maybe. I think that'd be funny. I always think it's entertaining when the Rosebuds do stuff.
Yeah.
And especially entertaining when the Rosebuds are Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
That's even
I just all of a sudden pictured Adam Rose stealing Professor Xavier's catchphrase and just being like, "To me, my Rosebuds."
He probably does say that.
Probably. That's on loop with the song in their head. Yeah, Kofi Kingston gets the win. Tyson Kidd goes for the sharpshooter and gets rolled up into a small package. But the Masters and Adam Rose end up beating down the New Day afterwards. They hit the Ricola Buster on Xavier Woods, I believe. And it's, yeah, so they're...
Adam Rose hit the party foul on Big E.
Yeah, that's right. After Big E fucking shit whipped him across the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Natty giggled at the phrase, Tyson Kidd loses to a small package.
I'm sure she did.
I think anyone who's anyone laughed at that. And then we had Moneymakers and the Matadors. I didn't see this match much. Would you like to tell us how the end went?
Yeah, it was... I don't pay that much attention to matches with The Miz involved.
Oh, I do. You just watch Sandow on the outside.
Yeah, that's all I did. Basically, I watched Sandow mimic The Miz.
So if you watch Sandow, you know what Miz is doing.
Yeah,
they did a lot of the same, just general Sandow shtick.
Yeah.
They did the bit where he comes into the ring. He gave himself a flat jack. But yeah, the end came. Miz and Mizdow are both in the ring, and I believe it was Diego was on the top rope, and the Miz shoved Mizdow into the ropes / corner to knock Diego down. Torito, who had gotten up on the apron to cheer, Miz also would hip check him off onto Fernando, which would incapacitate Fernando.
It's a heavy little ball.
Yeah.
And
it's real dense.
Then Miz would pick up Diego, who'd fallen off the corner, and give him the skull-crushing finale and pin him.
Yeah. So, Moneymakers have a little bit more momentum going into their tag team title match on Sunday. Then we had Natalya come back out and have a match against Summer Rae, which this is probably the best Summer Rae has looked in a long time.
Yeah.
Granted, she's going against Natalya, so it's not that difficult. Natty ends up getting the win with the sharpshooter. Yeah, I was actually impressed with Summer Rae for a little bit.
Yeah. Turns out Tyson's the only one with the small package.
Natty, where's the pants? And then in our main event, we had Bray Wyatt going against Jack Swagger. We found out Jack Swagger is officially in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I feel like this match has become their match where they're like, we don't have anything to put here. What should we put here? Bray Wyatt versus Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
Again? So?
That's kind of how I felt about it too. Is like there wasn't anything special about it.
What do you mean they ruined it the first time? Because Jack Swagger was supposed to be injured.
Yeah.
Too injured to be at the pay-per-view like 3 days later.
Yeah, and he goes against like the new badass Bray Wyatt, who's on his own.
Yeah.
Great continuity, guys.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt wins with the Sister Abigail, like always.
Surprise!
And that was main event. We're going to be moving on to Lucha Underground, the first half of the awesome Wednesday action that is wrestling. We
call that the AWA.
AWA?
Awesome Wednesday action.
Yeah.
The AWA.
The AWA.
No copyright infringement.
Nope, not
intended.
at all. We opened up with a tag team match with Mr. Cisco, which he mentioned that it is Mr. Cisco, and Cortez Castro going against Pimpinella Escarlata and Mascarita Sagrada.
probably my favorite tag team that's
That
ever
is
existed.
That's the most
The
bizarre.
midget and the Exotico.
Yeah, there was.
If you watch the uncensored version of this episode, I said something much meaner.
Did we put those up?
I don't know, do we?
I don't even think they exist.
Huh.
It's just I censored out the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, that's kind of where I thought you were going with that.
Yep.
Pimpinella was really messing with the crew. They were.
Yeah, but freaking A, man. The fact that he worked like 90% of the match.
Yeah, Masrita got the hot tag.
Yeah, but he pulled out some pretty innovative spots. He had the single-handed knuckle lock on one of them, and he did the tightrope walk,
and then did the head
jumped
scissors to the
off
other.
to the head scissors. Yeah.
He did he had both of them had a hand. He did the springboard
up onto his feet, and then sat, and then backflipped into like a double arm drag.
Yeah, double arm drag. So yeah, there was a lot of really cool spots. Masrita gets the hot tag. He goes in, doing his all sorts of flippy moves
so
and
double head scissors
ducking under kicks and clotheslines.
But eventually he ended up getting taken out by the assisted lift into the code breaker.
The 3D into the code breaker. Thank you, Matt Stryker.
Yeah.
Then Big Rick had made his way
for the win, by the way.
Yeah.
They won with that assisted lift into the lung blower.
Yeah. The code was 3D.
It's D 3 times.
Yeah. Big Rick had made his way out and was sitting on the stairs, smoking a cigar, watching these guys.
Which, not to sound racist, but he blended in with the stairs.
Yeah, he did. But he gets in the ring, grabs a microphone. He's got the crew behind him and says, I'm looking to, fight anyone who has the championship so I can get the championship. Doesn't matter who it is. I'm going to be the one to take him out. I'm going to be champion. And then he gets jumped.
Me.
Then he gets jumped by the crew.
Yeah, the guys who he's supposedly paying off.
Yeah, the guys who have been helping him win matches since, like, the first episode of Lucha Underground.
And not very successfully, I might add.
No.
So he hasn't won very many matches.
This is true. We would find out after the commercial that Dario Cueto actually paid the crew to take out Big Rick.
Yes, because Big Rick decided that he
was in business for himself rather than helping Cueto.
Because it seemed like him and Cueto were in cahoots at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it was all about taking out Puma and taking out Johnny Mundo.
But now it seems like, not so much anymore.
Yeah, Rick's Honey Badger mode.
But they burned him in the eyeball with his own cigar.
That was messed up.
That's called the Mr. Hughes treatment.
Wrestling Trivia 101.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's going to be wearing a cool eye patch.
Yeah. I hope he dresses up like a little butler/driver. Wearing slacks and a white button-up shirt and suspenders and a fedora and some sunglasses.
And an eye patch.
Basically all I'm saying is I want frickin' Ezekiel Jackson to dress like Mr. Hughes.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, then dash my dreams, why don't you?
Consider your dreams dashed. We had interview. Vampiro sat down with Cage after his destructive debut last week.
And they said stuff.
Yeah. He was pretty much saying that, doesn't matter if I've been here a day, a week, a month, a year, doesn't matter. I deserve to be in the title picture. I deserve...
Yeah, that's the thing. The one thing that Vampiro said that made me laugh was like, Cage was like, yeah, I should be in the title picture. And Vampiro's like, but you've only been here a week. And I'm like, the show's only been on 11 weeks.
Yeah, this is
like 10 weeks.
It's like episode 10 or 11, so... Yeah.
Right now, everyone is still, like, at the same level of contendership.
Yeah.
Except for Ricky Mandel.
Yeah, he's...
Famous B.
Yeah, they're bottom of the totem pole there. Then we had Pentagon Jr. taking on Superfly. Superfly, I felt like, wasn't fully committing to moves in this match. He seemed very apprehensive when he... I don't know. He didn't have the same conviction that a lot of the other guys did in his moves. It just seemed like it was step 1, step 2, step 3 in every move. I mean, it was still a fun match to watch. But it was just, I don't know, Superfly just hasn't, he's just super plain, there's nothing special about him.
Despite the name having the word super in it.
The super stands for super plain.
Super plain,
super
flying
plain
guy.
Pentagon Jr. would beat him with the package pile driver.
Yeah, he steamed the shit out of him.
Yeah, it's a hell of a move. And then Pentagon Jr. actually gets on the microphone and says, you know, I trusted Chavo. Chavo was supposed to, he said he was going to help me. He said he was going to, you know, he's going to help me further my career.
And like a typical Guerrero, he lied to you.
Yeah. And so now he knows someone who's willing to help. So there's someone else coming in to help Pentagon Jr. or he's siding with somebody. We'll have to wait and see who that is. We had a one-on-one match between Sexy Star and El Mariachi Loco. This was
El Mariachi Loco was smitten with Sexy Star.
He was grinding all up on her every chance he got. That was his way of getting out of a waistlock. Waistlock. I want to say waistline and a waistlock at the same time as a waistlock. So, Sexy Star ends up winning with a small package, kind of a...
An homage to Tyson Kidd.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know, I guess I shouldn't have expected more out of this, just because it's a Mariachi Loco, and he is kind of the...
The one thing I will say about this match is Sexy Star repeatedly kicks him in the head throughout the entirety of the match. Like, 2 minutes in, kick in the head. 3 minutes in, another kick in the head. Towards the end of the match, like 2 or 3 more kicks to the head. And they're all just fucking running bicycle kicks.
Yeah, she straight up like Liu Kang'd him the first 2 or 3 times she did it. Yeah, she wasn't fucking around. Unless she beat him with a small package and not a kick to the head.
I was kind of thinking a kick to the head was going to be the finish.
Well, they proved throughout the match that those can't finish him. So.
Yeah, so it had to be a small package. Then our main event was a last luchador standing between Drago and King Cuerno. This was kind of their culmination up to this point. Stemming from the splash through the table last week. A lot of hard-hitting moves. A lot of attempts to keep the person down. Usually in WWE, there's like a couple at the beginning, couple in the middle, and then there's like the big one that ends it. But it was like every couple of moves, these guys were down.
Yeah,
and we're being down for a 6 or a 7 count.
Well, I think it captured a really good essence of these guys were going for the kill shot right away.
Yeah.
Because that was like one of the very first spots of the match was like one of those.
Yeah, Cuerno went down for an 8 count at first, and it was just a lot of back and forth. King Cuerno ends up getting the win when he ties Drago to the corner. Kind of John Cena duct taping Batista's legs to the bottom rope. Yeah, he just like grabs a rope, ties up one arm, wraps it around his neck a couple times,
puts it in his mouth.
Yeah, and then like pulls back and puts his foot up on the post.
So he literally held him onto the ground for the 10 count.
Yeah. So
unique finish.
Yeah. I feel
props to that.
This is definitely gonna keep the feud going, I believe. This is.
I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be the ender of it.
You think so?
Yeah. Just because I feel like that's what it was. Is this was the very first real feud that they had, where Cuerno debuted against Drago. Mm-hmm. They've had a series of matches, and then they had like the kind of the big spot where Drago did the dive through the table off the office, and now this was kind of like their ending.
Yeah. Well, and they do have a bunch of other guys that they can start putting on the matches, especially with the 4 that debuted last week. So we'll have to wait and see if the feud keeps going or if that is the end. But that was it for Lucha Underground, and then we had.
By the way, also side note of Lucha Underground, the ring announcer was looking really good in that dress she was wearing.
Yeah, it was extra bouncy when people were walking around the ring. So I approve
this message.
So NXT we open up with an awesome announcement that on February 11th,
around the corner,
we're getting the next NXT Takeover event. Not only that, but on this episode of NXT, we're getting the start of a #1 Contenders title tournament to see who's going to face Sami Zayn. And on top of that, we're getting another match between Sasha and Charlotte for the Women's Championship. So we opened up with what was supposed to be Sami Zayn versus Ty Dillinger.
Well, we don't even know if that's what it was supposed to be. We opened up with Ty Dillinger in the ring, and Sami Zayn beelining into the ring and just beating the shit out of him.
Yeah. They were actually supposed to be tag team partners.
Yeah.
That didn't last. He destroys Ty and then grabs a microphone and starts screaming for Owens to come out.
Yeah.
Gets William Regal instead.
Regal, who's very upset at Sami Zayn's behavior.
Yeah, Regal.
Very much not Kevin Owens. I've seen those two in the same place together.
Yeah, they're very, very, very different people.
Yeah.
Regal is, just telling Sami, he's like, I'm not going to allow this to happen. I'm not going to allow people to just come out here and demand matches. That's not how this is going to work. And Sami's like, I don't care what I have to do. Just make sure I'm not wrestling another match until you give me Owens. And Regal finally says, all right, fine. If that's what you want, then on February the 11th, you and Owens will be one-on-one, non-title. So they've established that this is not for the championship.
Yeah. I like that one of the things Sami Zayn says is, I'll even fight the #1 contender.
Yeah, like,
as in, I'll even do the thing I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'll do my job. And then we find out that we're getting a contract signing for that match next week.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. We kicked off our #1 Contenders title tournament with Finn Balor taking on Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel's apparently made enough of a statement in NXT to be put in the #1 Contenders tournament.
He did that thing that one time.
Yeah, it was a great thing.
Or they're like, fuck, Finn Balor's gonna kill someone.
Let's not make it somebody else we want to advance.
Axel, go.
We're glad you're here. Get out to the ring.
Yes.
Who am I facing? You'll find out.
Balor's gonna kill someone. Do we got Mojo? No Mojo? Okay, fuck.
No Mojo.
Axel.
This wasn't the best outing for Axel I've ever seen, but Finn Balor was still on fire.
Yeah.
That's why it wasn't very good for Axel.
It was just all Finn Balor. Finn Balor ends up winning with the double stomp, which is officially called the coup de grace. Which
got
is
a
cool.
name now.
Yeah, that's cool. I dig it. And he's got that switching clothesline thing that he does.
The Sling Blade.
Yeah, the Sling Blade. That's a fucking badass name.
Yeah.
It's also a movie with Billy Bob Thornton.
It is. I've seen that movie.
Yep.
So Finn Balor is the
French
first.
fried taters.
Finn Balor is the first to advance in the #1 Contenders tournament,
And he will face the winner of this upcoming main event, not the TV show, but NXT's main event match, Tyler Breeze versus Hideo Itami.
Yes, he will.
Can't go wrong either way there.
But first, we get a couple little backstage segments. Devin asking Sasha how she feels going into her title match against Charlotte. She says, "You know what? I beat her. I pinned her last week in a tag team match, and that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight." And
I like how she completely discounts the fact that she's already tried the singles match twice.
Three times actually.
3 times? Whatever. Failed.
Because there was the one match on main event that no one mentions.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sasha is getting another shot at the title again.
Yep. We also get Bull talking about how next week him and Baron Corbin have a rematch, and they are in the #1 Contenders tournament, and that he's going to get redemption for his loss to Baron last week.
I doubt it.
And he's going to be wearing his sexy suspenders while he does so.
Okay.
If you want to get that reference, you can't watch any videos because you weren't here.
Bull Dempsey. And then we had our women's titles match, which didn't last very long at all, because
cool.
Becky decides that she's going to get involved. She starts beating up Charlotte.
Which my first thought was, oh, good job there, Becky. You just screwed over Charlotte. But then
you just WWE'd that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get the 2-on-1 attack. Charlotte.
Yeah, well, at first Sasha comes in too, and she's like, Why did you do that? Oh, well. I'll also help you beat up Charlotte some, too.
Let's just beat the shit out of her.
Forgave her very quickly.
Yeah, the 2-on-1 attack doesn't last very long because then Bayley makes her return. Yeah. Makes the save on Charlotte.
I was sad she wasn't flanked by a bunch of inflatable tube guys.
That would be terrifying. That's going to be her WrestleMania entrance.
Oh, dear God. Actual inflatable tube guys that walk to the ring.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Oh, nightmares already.
So Sasha and Becky end up leaving the ring. They're backing up. And the ref is trying to give the women's title to Charlotte. And
Bayley grabs it.
Bayley grabs it.
I want this thing.
And Charlotte's like, Bayley. And she's not paying attention. Bayley. And she grabs the title. She goes, what are you doing? And Bayley just gets a look. And the crowd starts to going, oh no.
Yeah.
They know what she's about to do. And she spins her around, grabs her, hits the belly to Bayley. And so, yeah, Bayley's got some fucking attitude.
Yeah.
Just taking...
You know, it makes sense. Because I think the last time we saw her, it was that backstage segment where she was sitting on the couch recuperating.
Watching Triple H's DVD.
Watching the Triple H DVD, saying how, he's an inspiration to her in her recovery.
Yeah, he came back and he was the game.
Yeah.
So now she's the game, Bayley.
The board game.
The board game.
Yeah. I would play that board game.
It's fun getting into trouble. That's a stupid joke. Then we have... Thank you. Thank you for that reassuring pat on my head. We have Kevin Owens. The new backstage interviewer guy comes in. And
goes, I had no idea there was a new backstage
interviewer guy
until he came in.
Neither did Kevin Owens.
He goes,
you know that one chick?
He goes, hey, Kevin, can I ask you a few questions? Goes, do you work here? He goes, yes, I do. All right, fine.
Can I get a word with you, please, Mr. Owens? The fuck are you?
This guy is actually from... He did a wrestling blog.
Oh.
And he got hired, I want to say, late November. Something like that.
Gives us hope.
And then...
We'll be backstage interviewers on NXT one day.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So, Vince, if you're watching this...
I'd relocate to Florida.
I would.
Yeah.
All three of us would. You have a commentary team waiting to happen.
Yeah, come on, Vince. Please. We'll pay you.
Shh. Don't tell Vince that. He'll take...
For our first couple appearances, you wouldn't pay to be on NXT.
I would fucking pay to be on NXT.
Yeah.
For the first... If there was guaranteed money later, yes.
Yeah. We're paying for a tryout.
Yeah. All right, I'll pay... Yeah, I'll pay for a tryout.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
wrestling rundown.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy asks Kevin Owens, how do you feel, how do you feel about Sami Zayn? You've screwed him over twice after his title matches. And he goes, you know what? If I have anything to say to Sami, I'm going to say it next week at the contract signing. I'm going to say it to his face. I'm not going to say it here.
Yeah.
And
so basically, you're too much of a noob.
Yeah.
GTFO in my face.
Which, on one hand, if that guy was doing his job right, he should have pressed for more questions. But on the other, if I'm there and it's my first day on the job, I'm not going to try to bother Kevin Owens.
Yeah. You show up your first day on the job, they're like, hey, go interview Kevin Owens. Like, you fucking kidding me?
I quit.
Did you see him bust CJ Parker's hand open with his nose?
What an attack. The running nose.
And then in our next match, we had the Vaudevillains taking on the Dubstep Cowboys, a.k.a. Team Thick.
Team Thick, who are increasingly looking more and more like each other.
Yeah, they're like fucking twins, man. But yeah, they were fucking on fire, too. See, they're ready to make their mark.
That's the real essence of twin magic. When you're truly a good tag team, you just morph into twins magically.
Yeah. And through the magic of hair dye and facial hair growing.
No.
That's how I was. That's the reason why I was never able to tell Charlie Haas and Sultan Benjamin apart.
Yeah.
Team Thick would end up getting the win with an NXT kick from the floor, and a roll-up on Aiden English.
Shocked the hell out of me.
Shocked the hell out of a lot of villains, too.
Yeah.
What? Like, I don't know. It was a very strange setup to the move.
Well, it was just a counter of a waist lock.
Yeah.
And then he shoved like waist counter with his own go behind and like shoved him forward.
Yeah, and like he ended up like trying to like he was about to go through the bottom rope, and Aiden went to like grab him and got fucking kicked in the head, and ended up taking the fall. So and then
good on them for winning.
And they challenged.
Yeah, they challenged the Lucha Dragons for next week. So I don't know if they're getting too big for their britches or if they think they're really on a roll right now.
Well, if anybody who knows how I feel about the NXT roster, I am definitely into Buddy Murphy and Buddy Murphy's tag team partner.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Tyler Breeze hyping himself up for winning the number one contenders title tournament. He says he's one step closer to separating the world from pretty people and the ugly people.
Yes.
Yep. And then
I'm all for this movement.
And then we go into our main event. Someone is still watching Tyler Breeze.
Looks kind of like Nosferatu.
A little bit, yeah.
Yep.
If you didn't notice, go back to Tyler's entrance and pay close attention. Hideo Itami kicked the holy shit out of Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
Like,
literally, he kicked him so hard, Tyler Breeze went, holy shit!
Again and again and again. Like, I understand that his style is kick style. But I was watching this and I was waiting for something else to happen.
Yeah.
And I think the only other thing that happened was a flying clothesline. Everything else was kicks and knees and...
No, there was at the end.
Oh, his little, like, fucking Super Saiyan, like...
He, like, went full New Japan on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And but then he ends it by kicking Tyler Breeze in the face.
As...
Face kick.
As I liked it called, he's strong styled up.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good way to put it. Tyler Breeze, though, had his fucking crucifix slam bomb thing.
It's a crucifix driver.
That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, when he set himself up for it, I was like, the fuck are you doing? This is
surprised you didn't call that. It's like one of Frightmare's big moves.
Is it?
Yeah.
He just does it more
It looked like he was going for some kind of abdominal octopus stretch.
Yeah, or...
Stretching...
Stretch that octopus's abdomen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting a fucking move out of it.
No.
Like, the whole slam was awesome.
I was excited to see it happen.
It was badass.
Tyler Breeze hit the supermodel kick in mid-match, too.
Yes, he did. Didn't get the win with it. Hideo Itami...
If I'm not mistaken, didn't that just kind of piss Hideo off?
Yeah. I think that was the precursor to the strong styling up.
Yeah.
Hideo Itami would get the win with his running kick. When he advances in the title tournament.
So Tyler Breeze's prediction was wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. He is not one step closer.
I wonder who he picks to win now.
Yeah, probably Hideo Itami. Or at least his feet.
Yeah.
So next week we get Baron Corbin versus Bull Dempsey and...
Adrian Neville versus Tyson Kidd.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, we got very, very differing matches next week for the other half of the title tournament. But that is it for the midweek wrap-up. We got all kinds of videos over in the playlist as usual.
I made all of them this week.
No superstars.
So, you should watch them.
No superstars on anything. So
which I'm thinking is because the matches.
Fuck you, Booker T.
And Jeff Hardy's counter of the Styles Clash knocked Booker T over. Suicide will not be saved.
Speaking of Booker T and Jeff Hardy, if you haven't seen the videos prior where Kevin Hawk mentions his little Rumble contest he's doing, spoiler, now you know 5 people.
Yeah, shit.
5 people that are actually named.
No, because I just said fuck you, Booker T. I wasn't talking about anything in particular.
Oh, you just don't like Booker T apparently.
No, I like him fine, but I mean... Sometimes. Sometimes it just pisses me off.
That's true. Shucky ducky. Fuck you.
All of our information is down in the description.
Like, subscribe, comment, email, tweet.
Tweet at me. I don't check it anymore, so.
Call me.
His phone number's not down.
Just put it down there.
Email him.
Okay.
No, don't actually.
Email him and ask for his phone number.
Yeah, I might give it to
there
you.
You go. Yeah.
If you don't seem like a crazy wackadoo.
Let us know what you think about what happened this week on NXT, Lucha Underground, main event. Let us know what
and not superstars.
Yeah, not super. If you tell us what you thought about superstars, you're fucking crazy. Cause
you're a wackadoo. You're not getting my phone number.
Yeah, be sure to check out all the other videos over in the playlist. We got Rumble predictions. Because the playlist is on the other side of you.
Break your finger.
Point at the playlist for me. That one. Follow his finger.
This way.
And yeah, check out all the other videos.
Hiking.
And we'll see the next one.
Goodbye.
Somebody give me a ride to the next video.
I don't think it works that way.